Welcome once again in the Energy Literacy Training Module 5. So far you learned how to quantify your energy consumption. But that energy also results in environmental damage, as I told earlier. That energy is a carbon footprint. And in this module, we are going to learn how much is your carbon footprint. Excited to know how much is your carbon footprint? Very interesting information or piece of information that you should know, your carbon footprint. Well, so let us establish this concept. How do we measure our carbon footprint? First of all, we know that about 85% of the energy that we use comes from carbon-based fuels like coal, oil and gas. 80 to 85% that we have seen already in earlier modules. So all these fuels, whether it is coal, whether it is oil, whether it is gas, is made out of carbon. So carbon is the source molecule, the base molecule of all this fuel, coal, oil and gas. So 85% of energy that we are using is coming from carbon-based fuels. Take a note of it. So what is the equation of carbon? When we use this energy, what happens? When we burn LPG, which is a carbon-based fuel, what happens? When we burn petrol and diesel in our vehicles, what happens? When we burn coal to generate electricity, what happens? All of this is very simple. What happens is, when you burn carbon in any fuel, it gets combined with the oxygen, and what is resulting out is a carbon dioxide and energy. So energy is used by you, and what happens to the carbon dioxide? It gets emitted and it goes into the atmosphere. That's the equation of carbon. Carbon plus oxygen equal to carbon dioxide plus energy. Remember, carbon dioxide is just being left to go in the atmosphere. So then what is your carbon footprint? The carbon footprint is amount of total emissions, and carbon dioxide is the most important or highest amount of gas that gets emitted. But other than carbon dioxide, there are methane and nitrous oxide and there are other gases. All put together, it is called greenhouse gases. What is it called? Greenhouse gases. Why? Because their effect is to have a greenhouse effect. What is greenhouse effect? Is to trap the heat, trap the energy. That is greenhouse effect. So all these greenhouse gases causes trapping of that energy. That is why they are called greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide is a very high amount of carbon dioxide gets emitted, and therefore the carbon dioxide is most important greenhouse gas. And most of the emissions are referred in terms of carbon dioxide equivalent. Okay? Whose carbon footprint we should worry about? We should worry about our individual's carbon footprint. We should worry about the organization's carbon footprint, and a product's carbon footprint, and a country's carbon footprint. How much is the carbon footprint of me individual, my organization, my state, my country, the whole world? So this is how the carbon footprint, this is the idea of the carbon footprint. Now, which are the activities that are responsible for emitting carbon or carbon dioxide? Of course, we know transportation is irresponsible. Why? Because we burn petrol and diesel. Cooking is responsible for carbon dioxide emission. Why? Because we burn LPG, it is a carbon source. Electricity consumption is responsible for carbon dioxide emission. Why? Because most of the electricity is generated using burning of coal, which is a carbon source. Construction is responsible for carbon dioxide contribution. Why? Because we use cement, we use iron, we use so many materials, and production of each of this material we need energy. So that is why the construction is also responsible for carbon dioxide emission. Manufacturing a product is responsible, because to manufacture each and every item, whether it is your plate, glass, furniture, TV, electronics, everything all around us, whatever we use is responsible for carbon dioxide emission. Food production is responsible for carbon dioxide, and particularly in the modern food, the way we produce and way do we agriculture with a lot of mechanism, a lot of machines that we are using, all of them are responsible for carbon dioxide emission. So therefore, the total carbon footprint of you and me is the sum of all this carbon footprint. It is because of the transportation, it is because of the electricity, it is because of the cooking, it is because of the packaged food, meat, building materials, recycling of material, use of products, everything is responsible for carbon footprint. So all these things, oil, coal, gas, kerosene, everything is responsible for your carbon footprint. And not only that, there are some natural carbon dioxide emission also, which happens when a biomass or a food grain gets decomposed, it results in carbon dioxide emission. So that is also occurring naturally. And one important thing you should notice is that the food industry is now contributing significant amount of carbon dioxide emission. For example, if you're eating a vegetarian food, if you're eating vegetables and fruits, your carbon dioxide footprint is very small, maybe about 1 kilogram per kilogram of food used. But if you are using meat, then your carbon dioxide emission per kilogram food production is very high, and this is there in this chart. Well, coming back, the total energy or total emission of the carbon dioxide is due to all these sectors that I mentioned: coal, oil, gas, and kerosene, manufacturing, all those things. Out of the total greenhouse gas emissions, or I would say CO2 emissions, approximately, out of the total carbon dioxide emission, 75%, 73.2%, but just for the remembering, let us remember 75% of the total emission is because of the use of energy. 75%, very, very high number. Coal, petrol, diesel, LPG, CNG contributes to the 75% of the carbon dioxide emission. And we all are using it, and therefore we all are majorly emitting carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Well, how much of it is? I will give you thumb rules to remember how much of it we are doing it. So for example, if you are using 1 unit of electricity, you are contributing to 1 kilogram of carbon dioxide every unit of electricity used, every unit. So if your electricity bill is 300 units, you are responsible for emitting 300 kilograms of carbon dioxide only due to the electricity every single month. Carbon dioxide emission due to the petrol and diesel, 1 liter of petrol or diesel is equivalent to 3 kilogram of carbon dioxide emission. 1 liter, 3 kilogram. Okay, so if you are using 10 liters of petrol every month or 100 liters of petrol every month, 100 liter is 300 kilograms of carbon dioxide emission. Oh my God, that's a lot. If you are using LPG, that is also resulting in a carbon dioxide emission. 1 kilogram of LPG is equal to again about 3 kilograms of carbon dioxide emission, right? So if you are using 1 cylinder of carbon dioxide, which is 14 kilogram, then 14 into 3, 42 kilograms of CO2 is getting emitted every month from your kitchen because of cooking of your food. Amazed? So much of CO2 emission happens because of us. Let us take an example and do the complete math. How much of carbon dioxide is contributed by you every month? So let us assume that we are using 10 liters of petrol in a month. Let us assume that we are using 200 units of electricity in a month and 1 LPG gas cylinder. Again, these are very moderate number. I'm sure there are many people who use much higher amount of electricity, much higher amount of petrol, diesel, much higher amount of gas. These are very moderate number, just to open your eyes what we are doing. Well, so let us calculate now. We know the thumb rule. 1 liter of petrol is 3 kilograms, 1 unit of electricity is 1 kilogram of CO2, 1 kilogram of LPG is 3 kilogram of CO2. Okay, with this, let us calculate. So 1 liter petrol is 3 kilogram of CO2, therefore 10 liter of petrol is 10 into 3, 30 kilogram of carbon dioxide equivalent. we have to call it carbon dioxide equivalent because there can be other pollutants also, but it is equal to 30 kilogram of carbon dioxide. 1 unit of electricity is 1 kilogram of carbon dioxide. Therefore, 200 units of electricity is 200 kilograms of carbon dioxide every month. 1 kilogram of LPG is equal to 3 kilogram of CO2, and therefore 14 kilogram of LPG is equal to 42 kilogram of carbon dioxide emission. Okay, so this is from different sources. Let us put all of them together and sum it up. Hold your breath. 30 plus 200 plus 42 is 272 kilograms of carbon dioxide equivalent every single month. You know what? How much is the garbage that is produced from your house every single day or every single month? Maybe 1 kilogram per day garbage, and that will be 30 kilogram of garbage per month. Only 30 kilogram, maybe 50 kilogram, maybe 60 kilogram. But look at the carbon dioxide mass that you are emitting in the atmosphere. 200 kilograms, 300 kilograms, 500 kilograms of carbon dioxide every single month, and it is going up in the atmosphere. It is just accumulating over time again and again. It is just every month it gets accumulated. You and I don't even see that. Isn't it surprising and shocking? We can see the garbage that we produce, but we cannot see the garbage that we are producing and living in the atmosphere for all our life. And that amount of garbage is not even realized. Hundreds of kilograms of CO2 every single month by a moderate person. A person who is rich and is spoiled, I'm using word spoiled, he must be using even much higher 500 kilogram, 1000 kilogram of CO2 emitted every single month. So if you are using a lot of energy, you are not a good person in my definition. You are more spoiled person. So take a note of it. What kind of person you are? Let us move forward. So now, my favorite question, after knowing your carbon footprint, after knowing how much of carbon dioxide is emitted because of you every single month, what comes in your mind? You feel good about it? Wow, I am putting so much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere every single month. Or you will feel bad about it. Oh my God, because of me, so much of carbon dioxide is getting emitted every single month. Just observe yourself. What feeling comes in you?